everyone. We're here at Recfest UK in the big Paradox tent, and I'm with Leah Manafova, who is the talent, tech and strategy lead at Sanofi, a big pharma company. You live in Barcelona?
I do live in Barcelona. I'm enjoying the cooler weather in UK right now.
All the Brits out there are melting, but yeah, no, it's just beautiful weather. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about your transformation at Sanofi when you brought in Paradox and working with Workday and all the crazy things that have gone on, and it's been really not only interesting, but a lot of work's been done.
Yeah, it's not going to be a surprise to anyone that like transformation became a daily occurrence or like a regular occurrence these days. So we've been going through several transformations at Sanofi, both to standardize and internalize our processes, because we used to be very siloed and very RPO dependent for our talent acquisition, but also to sort of globalize them and make sure that we manage them internally. Yeah. And now we're also going through a different transformation to also sort of anchor our technology around Workday and Workday related products like Paradox and HiredScore. So a lot of work has been going on.
A wasp running around too.
Yeah, exactly. Joining the party.
Yeah, exactly. But you did say that you were RPO reliant.
Yes.
And that was this something that about 3 years ago you started with this process?
Yeah, so we are a company of mergers and acquisitions. And so when you have a company that's sort of been built from different companies, there is going to be some silos and processes. And additionally, RPOs have been a big part of our recruiting culture as well. And so the transformation started to sort of internalize the processes and get ownership of our data, technology, and processes in the meantime, and also utilize our hubs, because we had our organic hubs around the world, but we never really utilized them for the talent acquisition processes. Bringing that in-house also meant getting the right technology for it as well.
So give us a picture of the before and after the transformation. I know, we took some notes in your discussion and even some slides off the screen, and you saved 38.6 minutes via email and 84.5 minutes via WhatsApp. So tell us a little bit about how that all happened.
Sure, that's scary, right? But that's kind of the norm. Like if you think of like whenever we were candidates, like that is true, right? The back and forth that you have and scheduling the interview, trying to figure it out. Now, because we were doing a lot of that through RPOs, and we had a lot of different RPO partners locally, we sort of kind of didn't pay attention to that. We're like, well, they're doing it for us, it just kind of works. But when you bring it internally, you have to ask the question, now that 60 minutes that you spent, now is that the recruiter going to be spending that per candidate? How much resources is it going to take? Is that scalable? How are we going to do that? And so we needed to find a technology that's going to help us to bring that number down and also focus on the candidate experience as well. So how do we make sure that it's not just quick and fast and doesn't take time, but it also provides a smooth experience for our candidates?
So tell us why Paradox?
We went into RFP first. Yep. So we shortlisted 3 candidates, and we wanted to kind of see how they meet our requirements. Yep. Now, for context, we're a Workday anchored talent function, because our talent acquisition, talent management, and even our HCM is in Workday. So what we wanted to do is pick someone who has a strong partnership with Workday. At the time, Paradox wasn't a Workday company, but we chose well. So it was kind of like exactly. But we knew that the integration is already very strong and the experience is strong. And because our recruiters are very practical people, they, for some reason, have a hard time going into different systems to do their job. So having everything in Workday and being able to schedule that interview quickly without leaving the system was a big one for us. And so we chose Paradox without knowing like how it's going to go, and we made the right choice.
No little winks along the way? If you stay with us, it's going to be a big announcement?
They had a poker face. Like we asked them several times, and they were like, nope, nothing's changing.
Look, just a side question for a moment. Like change management is very, very common in the tech space, but not so common in sort of HRTA. How did that all turn out internally?
Yeah, I think sometimes we get excited about the platform or technology that we pick or solution that we provide, and we're like, everybody's going to use it. We don't need change management. But the sort of change of control, sometimes loss or the fear that might come with like, oh my God, you're bringing an AI platform to me. What does that mean for me? How is it going to work? and then sort of the specific attachment that people have to the processes. No, it works for me. Let's not reinvent the wheel. So to understand the psychology and make sure that the implementation is successful, we wanted to start with change management from the beginning. So whenever even the project governance was starting, the change manager was already sitting in the room with us and identifying what are the needs of our quote-unquote customers, our recruiters, managers, how do we want them to use the system in the future, how to bring them on board. We picked the project team specifically knowing how these people can be ambassadors for us in the future to adopt the system, brought them on the journey with us, and it's been very successful. I mean, in some of the hubs, the adoption is almost 100%.
And you've got 137% surge.
That's actually outdated. By now it's 216. So
and that
was
started at 35%, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So by now, I mean, the adoption has been more than we could even imagine. And this comes from the fact that it wasn't a smooth ride. When we were implementing the project, there was a lot of needs, requests, and so for us, there was a bit of a fear of, are they going to like the product? Is it going to be used? But both by bringing a good product in the hands of our recruiters, but also by listening to their needs, the adoption has been incredible, more than we can imagine.
And the other stat that was hidden down the bottom of one of the slides,
right.
Fully automated scheduling runs in 8 seconds.
Yeah. On WhatsApp, before the automation, it was over an hour for us. Now, automated scheduling takes about 8 seconds. It's literally as easy as putting the interview process into interviewing stage in Workday, and then that kicks off the text message or SMS or whatever communication to the candidate. They confirm the time that works for them, and it's done.
I was going to ask what your favourite number was because you said up on stage that it's 8 for 8 seconds, right?
Exactly.
Now tell us,
it is my favorite number.
So learnings from the implementation and this process. So what would you have done differently?
Some of the things are our own personal learnings and organization. Like I spoke about the fact that we need to bring a bit more of an agile approach to our implementation. So setting the right sort of scope to say, hey guys, this is an MVP. We're testing the waters. We want to see how it works for us. This is not the end of the journey. We're going to continue expanding and improving. This is more of a cultural thing because our recruiters and stakeholders came into the project saying we want everything at once. Right now, we want a perfect product from day one. And so sort of getting that education goes back to that change management. Additionally, we are looking as we expand with our partnership with Paradox, we also want to be a bit more proactive in setting our needs as well and making sure that we communicate sort of, this is what we need, tell us exactly how that's going to be done, or what are your lessons or potentially suggestions, recommendations on how to do it. But I think now that we're going through yet another transformation where we're anchoring ourselves around our Workday products, and also that includes Paradox and other Workday offerings. What we're developing now is a partnership. So we're working together to sort of identify, tell us what we need to do versus we'll tell you what our needs are and let's work together.
It's funny, a transformation never ends really, does it? It's always like when you get to where you think the end, you start another one.
An average Tuesday transformation.
And you did say that in the presentation that transformation is a journey, not a launch, and people need to go along that whole journey and make sure they're doing it correctly and look for really tangible outcomes and what's next. So those sorts of things, if they have them from the outset, it becomes really successful. So thanks for joining us today, and thanks for sharing a little bit about how Paradox has helped you in your transformation journey. And Leah, we're hoping to see you in Australia soon.
Oh yes.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you so much.